Your hand on this for a second?
Yeah, I got you.
Just hold. D1 Media Pro's two least favorite conditions for outdoor broadcasts are rain and wind. Who cares about the cold? All right. Mic check. Are you ready?
Ready to turn my mic on to do that.
Okay, no, I can't hear you yet. Check, 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 check. Wait, one more time.
Check, 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 check.
Yep.
Check. All right, you go on the collar.
Doesn't matter. Either way works.
Check. Yeah, I don't know. I'm more of an on the shirt type of individual. And they're 13-7, right?
You got it.
Why have they played 4 more games than West Orange?
Just the way the schedule works. All games count until the 17th of this month.
Right. And you said that was the cutoff.
That's the date where any game you play doesn't count towards anything. Except for your conference standings, maybe.
Right. And that's what we got. Scheduled games against West. All right, ready?
Yep, on you.
Am I on the mic's on there?
Yep, I can hear you.
Beautiful.
Wait, what's the question? You're good, don't worry. I can hear you.
Welcome to West Orange High School, home of the Mountaineers, where they'll be taking on the Livingston Lancers in this rivalry battle here in West Orange. My name is Alex Weiss. I'm joined today by Ryan Lowy. And Ryan, we have a very fun one ahead of us today. What can you tell me going into this matchup between two schools that don't particularly like each other very much?
Well, in every sport front, it's a fun competition. In baseball, particularly happens that Livingston's more accustomed to better conference competition. They play in the first division of the SEC. West Orange, on the other side, sees the Liberty Division, the second division. But usually what we see both times is these two teams are very evenly matched, both dedicated to victory. These two teams usually play each other once in the regular season. They can see each other in both the county tournament and the state tournament. It's very rare. It almost happened last year. And they sometimes see each other in the preseason. We saw them play each other in the preseason and the regular season last year. Preseason, they don't really keep score, but we'd say it was roughly a tie in the regular season. West Orange, who were 4-6 coming into that game against a strong Livingston squad, was able to punch in a victory. That was one of West Orange's biggest victories of the year last year in their 22-game set. This year, it's going to look a little different because West Orange is struggling. They're on the home front for this game. However, they're 7-9 coming into this contest. On the other side, Livingston 13-7. West Orange has lost their last 3 competitions. So it's going to be rough for them to come back on this one today, but they have the arm of Amir Stewart, who was previously committed to play baseball in college, now is committed to playing football, but you know, he's a quarterback and a pitcher. The arm works in both directions, so we're going to see what he can bring to the table today against a strong Livingston Lancers squad when it comes to bats on the baseball.
Yeah, you highlighted this kind of narrative where it's going to be West Orange's defense against Livingston's offense, and I think that's something we're definitely going to have to watch out for at the top of each inning. We see at home plate now managers shaking hands with the umpires. For Livingston, that is Coach Ennis, and for the Mountaineers, it's Coach Blumkin. Coach Ennis, a little more tenure than the guy across the field from him, but nonetheless, 2 very skilled coaches or 2 very skilled teams. The guys are in their dugouts. We are just minutes away from first pitch here. It's about 80 degrees and sunny for a scheduled 4 o'clock first pitch, although it looks like it's going to be a little later than that as we're already at 4:07. Wind today could also be a factor in this one, as gusts are going to get up to 16 miles per hour. Ryan, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to tell you this, Alex. Baseball's a game played by the wind. The wind has pulled in some home runs, and the wind has carried out some home runs. You know, the Livingston Lancers bring their bats to the table. We've seen it with the top half of the lineup. We've seen it with Miles Side. We've seen it with Daniel Levine. We've seen it with the load. So this team is going to have a lot of strength on the Livingston side when it comes to bring bats in. So they're going to really need to rely on the wind to help them in a situation like this. On the other side, West Orange, very defensively oriented team, as you said earlier. Coach Blumkin has been saying it all year long. He said this team is going to struggle offensively. However, defensively, they are the best that you can get in the SEC. So we're going to see how this offensive-defensive matchup collides today.
And you mentioned the importance of power in this game. Oddly shaped outfield here at West Orange. We have the corners not too deep either way, but the fence isn't rounded off. It meets at a right angle in center field. So if you can send a fastball right back up the gut high in the air, get it over the head of the center fielders, it's going to be Gattens in center for the Mountaineers and Schultz at the 8th position for the Lancers. So they've got their work cut out for them today because there's a lot of ground to cover, especially in that center field position, but in the outfield in general, just based on how this ballpark is shaped. As the Mountaineers take the field to warm up, Amir Stewart on the bump, number 7 in that beautiful powder blue jersey getting loose before this matchup. We're going to step aside. You're watching the D1 Media Pro page of the NFHS Network. Stay tuned. Welcome back. West Orange getting warm. Livingston getting ready to dig into the batter's box. Due up for the Lancers is Schultz, Levine inside. West Orange defense is as follows. As we mentioned, it's going to be Stewart on the mound. He will be pitching to Stevenson. Moses at first base, Battle at second, Castles at short, and in the hot corner is Cohen. Left, right, outfield is going to be Young, Gattens, and Stevens. And Ryan, we focused a little bit on the pitcher, Amir Stewart. What can you tell me about how his season's been going so far?
Well, Amir Stewart is a career pitcher for the West Orange Mountaineers. Dual sport athlete. He also plays football here in West Orange. He's thrown 489 pitches this year in 26 1/3 innings. He's allowed 19 hits, and his earned runs average is roughly around 16. His earned runs allowed this year is at 16. He's walked 18 and he's struck out 38. He's also hit 4 batters today. His ERA is 4.25. So he's a very strong pitcher. As we said, he originally committed to play baseball at New Jersey City University. He switched that one quickly after a great football senior season to William Patterson for football, but nonetheless, he's using that forearm, and he's very excited to showcase it today versus Livingston.
And we'll see if he can pitch to the best of his abilities. Schultz steps into the box, and the first pitch, showing bunt there was Schultz. That one goes to the backstop. It's a 1-0 count here, and we are underway at 4:11 p.m.
Wonderful weather today here. As you said, 80 degrees, a little bit of wind. We'll see if that makes an impact. Should get windier later on in the day.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day for baseball. Stewart kicks and deals. Another one inside, working the count to 2-0 is Schultz. You'd imagine we'll see one more in the zone here from Stewart, maybe get Livingston started in the hits category early on this afternoon.
Absolutely. He's a fast player, as we're seeing right now, trying to showcase that bunt ability.
Squaring for bunt once again for the 3rd consecutive pitch. That one is high. So early on, working a 3-0 count is Schultz. And Stewart's going to have to prove here that he can throw a strike. Can't imagine that we have the green light here for Schultz this early on in the game. That one in there. Count now 3-1.
Good idea giving him the red light if he can get on base with the walk with the due up the Lancers have coming up. That top half of the lineup is very strong.
3-1 pitch. Ball 4. And Schultz will take first base for the first base runner of today's contest. Now stepping in is, goes by Trent Levine, Ryan, playing the hot corner.
I haven't used that nickname too often calling Lancer games. I think DJ Barry has almost kind of registered it to his own, but
Schultz taking conservative lead off of first base. That one is low for ball 1.
Actually, it's in there for a strike, I believe.
Oh, my mistake. You are correct, Ryan. So the count is 0-1. That one is popped up. It's going to get its way out to the center field position. Gattens makes his way over to his left, and having to retreat back to first is Schultz. So the first out for Stewart and company is a fly out to center field.
an F8 to get the day started. One thing about Daniel Levine is he likes to hold that bat with a hard grip when swinging, and sometimes that really helps him get under it, making it easier for the outfielders to read his power. This is a player that has a little bit of a different situation to him. He comfortably reads the pitches down the middle and turns them into line drives. That's Miles Side, the catcher.
And Side is up now with the runner on and one out. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1 is the count to the catcher. Side has been a prolific player for Livingston varsity baseball for some time now, pretty much securing his legacy and his spot as the catcher. And now in his senior season, runner goes, no throw from the catcher Stevenson. And just like that, Schultz takes second base. Ryan, how do you think speed is going to play to the Lancers' strength today in this contest?
I wouldn't even use the word speed, Alex. I would go towards bat power. It's clear here Livingston comes into this one with more strength on the bat.
That one's up and in on Side. He moves out of the way of that one, so there's a ball to Miles Side. 2-1 count here. Excuse me, the count is 1-2. Apologies on that one. Dancing off of second base is Schultz. Stewart pitches, checks the runner at first, and throwing over is Cohen.
He got the bag. It was a little bit of a high throw.
Moses did get his foot down there. Second up now. Schultz remains at second base. Good play there by Cohen to check the runner at second. Excuse me, that was Schultz trying to make him miss. Moses made a nice jump catch on that one.
Cohen read that one right to the glove, let it come to him like a proper outside infielder should. Checked the runner at second, the lead runner, of course, and then made the throw to first. Little high, but well taken care of at first base.
Oh, and 1 now, Hauser. The big power bat hitting in the cleanup spot. This is the guy that the Mountaineers really got to worry about.
Had an explosive start to the season, Alex.
Stewart checks the runner at second, kicks and deals. That one is low. So now an even count, 1-1 to Aaron Hauser, brother of Ben Hauser, who was an absolute all-star for this Lancers baseball team last season. Also a star on the gridiron for the Lancer football team. Stewart throws it inside. The count now 2-1 to Aaron Hauser.
You mentioned Benjamin Hauser. He was a preferred walk-on to FAU, will likely make some hunting appearances this upcoming fall.
Yeah, he's one of those athletes who can do it all. He's got an absolute cannon. We saw him in center field last year. He threw a one-hitter in the state tournament last year as Stewart throws one. That one is low. So now, excuse me, that one caught the bottom of the zone, 2-2. A little bit of a generous call there by the umpire. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second. And here's number 2. Looking to keep the inning alive. Stewart makes a move towards second base, but doesn't throw the ball.
Yeah, we didn't even move our camera there. There's nobody covering.
Yeah, the middle infielders, Cassell's at short and Battle at second. Neither of them even remotely close to the base. Stewart deals. That one is low. So now a full count with 2 away here in the top of the first. First of 7 innings here at West Orange. Alex Weiss, Ryan Lowy here with you on this Thursday afternoon. The payoff pitch. That one bounces its way in, taking third base as Schultz, and Hauser will have a free base here. So now it'll be the corner picked for the Lancers with 2 away. And now coming up to bat is Cooper.
Brandon Cooper, your DH for Thomas Burke on the mound today for the Lancers. Cooper was the player of the game in the Lancers competition yesterday. Big win they picked up. Their next game is on Saturday against Seton Hall Prep, 2 p.m. start. That is at the Kelly Athletic Complex.
Dancing off third is Levine. Runner goes. That's Hauser. Throw down to second. Picked off by Stewart. That was a set play there by West Orange, trying to bait Schultz into heading home to try and close out this inning. But instead, nothing comes of it, so it's an 0-1 count here. Now to Cooper at the designated hitter position today. His pitch is low.
Alex, I was talking a little bit about this Saturday's game for Livingston against Seton Hall. If Livingston's able to pick up that win, it would be Coach Ennis' first victory versus Seton Hall in his tenure as head coach with the Lancers.
And that would be huge to take down a dominant Seton Hall team, the reigning champions of the Greater Newark tournament that Livingston has already won 2 rounds of, defeating Cedar Grove 7-1 in the first round and Bloomfield 7-5 in the quarterfinals. We'll have more on that game in a moment. 2-1, Stewart towards home. That one's inside. Getting out of the way there nicely is Cooper. Now a 3-1 count.
Now, Alex, humor intended, of course. I would say last year's final that you called with me between Bloomfield and Seton Hall was probably one of the most exciting baseball games you've ever called.
Oh, that was... for one team, yes. For Seton Hall, that was a very exciting game. But
yes,
for
it was.
Bloomfield, not so much. Bloomfield, as we mentioned, falling to Livingston this year as Stewart ties his shoe. Also in the house today is Dimes Flicks on Instagrams. That's senior Daniel Durand, a member of the McMullen champion hockey team and now a photographer for all things West Orange sports. Here's the pitch. That one couldn't. Oh, it did catch the inside corner. Hesitant there from the umpire. Full count now. Runners on second and third. 2 outs, 2 on. Stewart looking to get out of this early jam with Cooper up at the plate. The payoff pitch. In there. Strike 3 called, and Stewart gets out of it. 2 stranded for the Lancers. They don't score. In the top of the first, West Orange comes up to bat. You're watching the D1 Media Pro page on the difficulties. West Orange is on base. There's a double there from Castles. Now this one is hit on the ground. Excuse me, that was a line drive. Maiello able to make a tumbling catch. Second out of the inning for the Mountaineers.
Pop fly to center field was caught, as you said, Alex, and then one that didn't extra base hit, and then great play by Maiello. Stared one down with the glove from second base. Just like that, 2-away runner on second base.
Thank you for that summary, Ryan.
Of course.
He's Ryan Lowry. I'm Alex Weiss. You're watching the D1 Media Pro page on the NHS Network. It's a swing from Stevenson. Now 0-1 run and second, 2 outs for the Lancers. Looking to keep this one scoreless through the first, taking his signs from Miles' side. That one is grounded, couldn't get a glove on it, was Burke. Now moving in, making the throw is Maiello. Side retired, 1 hit, 1 stranded. We're heading to the second inning, scoreless. You're watching the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate!
Welcome back. Top of the second inning here at West Orange High School. Stewart getting warmed up after 2 walks but no hits in that first inning and a strikeout to close out the side. And now stepping in for the Lancers is E.J. Frayne, the sophomore wearing number 99 in right field. If you hear the noise behind us, that is a track meet going on here at West Orange. It is freshman, sophomore, and novice, the 3 levels competing today. Now E.J. Frayne's going to step in for his first at-bat of the afternoon. Some communication going on amongst the infield of the Mountaineers. Now Stewart get himself on the rubber. Frayne awaiting the pitch. kicks and deals. That one taken by Frayne for a strike. Livingston yet to record a hit today. Frayne keeps the bat on his shoulder, looks that one through the strike zone, now 0-2 to the sophomore.
What we're seeing with Stewart, he's a very strong, very robust pitcher. He keeps consistency and he throws with some speed.
That one popped up foul coming our way, but just a little bit high. So keeping that bat alive is E.J. Frayne, making Stewart work a little bit harder to punch him out.
Now, Alex, I must confess, I have a little unprofessional side to me when I'm broadcasting baseball games. When I see a baseball that's foul, I want to make sure everyone's safe. So you may hear me scream, heads, heads. It happens time to time.
See, I'm going to try and catch it. The 0-2. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Frayne goes down. 1 up, 1 down for Stewart here in the second inning. So now we ended the top of the first with the looking at. Now Stewart gets his first on the swing. Now stepping in, senior Danny Cullen, another one of these guys who's also very good on the gridiron. He watches this one low.
The power hitter for the Lancers. He gets the entire cork on the bat.
He's just a very strong individual, Ryan. Simply put, the 1-0 from Stewart. Cut and miss by Danny Cullen. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
That was actually a very good transition into what I was about to say about Cullen, is that he chases the high pitches a lot.
Time called by the batter. Stewart will throw it anyway to not mess up his motion. Not a bad idea for the pitcher. We see, especially here at first base, Riley Moses very deep in the infield, cognizant of the power that Cullen has.
That was a nice pitch, nice.
Yeah, caught the bottom of the zone, and now he has Cullen in a 1-2 hole. Looking for his second strikeout in as many batters this inning, and his third consecutively. 1 out, here's that one fouled back by Cullen. So again, Livingston batters extending their at-bats, getting just a part of the bat on the baseball. There's the throw there from Stevenson sails over the head of Amir Stewart, but there's no one on, so no. All right.
That's what they say. Lancers head coached by Coach Michael Ennis, 9th year with the Livingston Lancers.
The 1-2 from Stewart. A ball, and that one nearly took out a couple of track stars, Ryan. Made its way onto the football turf.
Talking about Coach Ennis, also an assistant coach for Madison High School for a long time, and he also coached a once Division III champion Ramapo College of New Jersey baseball side.
And as you mentioned in the pregame segment, very knowledgeable when it comes to baseball.
That one might have gotten a piece of Cullen. Indeed, it did.
It did. It could have. He's not wearing a guard either. That one's got to hurt because Stewart can pump gas, but an HBP for Stewart on Cullen. So the Lancers have a base runner here in the second inning.
Coach, oh, go ahead, sorry.
Stepping in is Robbie Lynn, the left-hander, the sophomore. Cullen dancing off of first base. Stewart checks him. Pitching out of the stretch now. This one is high for ball 1.
Robbie Lynn, a streaky year the young man has had. Made an appearance last year in the state tournament versus Passaic County Technical Institute. That's how the Lancers knew he was going to be a piece for the team. Dominated at sub-varsity levels last year. And
I got to tell you, Ryan, I played Little League with Robbie back in the day. This one sails high. Count now 2-0. He is a very hard-working baseball player, great individual in the dugout to be with. But when he gets on the field, he is all business, and he is darn good at it.
Yeah.
And now he's a 2-0 count to work with 1 on and 1 out.
The just like that is Schultz.
Lynn keeps the bat on his shoulder, watches a strike go by. 2-1 now. Stewart getting back into this count.
Talk more about Schultz later, but he also made that appearance versus the Passaic County Technical Institute of Wayne in the sectional championship last year. Big win the Lancers had.
And taken by Lynn for a low strike. Now an even count. Stewart going from 2-0 to 2-2. Looking to punch out the sophomore for his second strikeout of the inning and third for batters. But he's got to get that third strike first, Ryan. Checks the runner. Checks him again. The 2-2. Runner goes. And there will not be a throw from Stevenson. Cullen gets in there safely. And that ball is low. So we have a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on second. Now, with the runner in scoring position, you got to imagine Lynn is going to look to swing the bat. Time was called prior to the delivery of that one, so we'll do the payoff once more.
Stewart's very commanding. He's got an Aroldis Chapman-like sort of finish to his pitch.
Yeah.
Throws his entire body at it. It's a dangerous way to play baseball, but it's a fierce way to play as well. It's got a warrior mentality to it.
Now grounded to second base, making the throw over his battle to retire Lynn, but advancing on that one is Danny Cullen. So that'll read 4-3 for Lynn, as the senior Joey Maiello steps up. He's the 9th hitter, but he's really a second leadoff hitter. He's great with the bat, and he has some speed, and that's what the Lancers are looking for in a second leadoff guy.
That's a great way to describe him, the second leadoff hitter. He exactly does what you need out of a 9th hitter.
And he takes that one low to get ahead in the count, 1-0. Stewart, no runs across yet, at least for the Lancers, and he's been pitching well, however. He's been getting these counts up pretty high, as there's another one low, so the count moves up to 2.
We have an alumni alert.
Strikes.
We have an alumni alert. These two gentlemen on the screen were a member of last year's Section 1 Group 4 championship. That's Ben Hauser, and son of current assistant coach, former head coach of the Lancers, Coach Schroeder. That's Scott Schroeder Jr. Not officially legally junior, but I call him Scott Schroeder Jr. So there's no confusion between him and the gym teacher at Livingston High School.
Now working the count to 3-0 is Maiello.
What are the odds we can get them on air today, Alex?
You're going to have to work your Ryan Lowry magic.
I'll try.
So I'd imagine Maiello keeps the bat on his shoulder here with 2 outs and the 3-0 count. Stewart is able to get one in there. Now 3-1.
You know, that's exactly what he did, Alex, but I can even see, you know, he's a comfortable senior. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to swing him there because they got off of third base.
Yeah, but you don't want to risk getting the 3rd out on a 3-0 count.
Of course.
Now the 3-1 is fouled off, and we have ourselves now a full count with 2 outs and a runner on third. As I was saying before, Stewart is pitching well, but he's getting deep into these counts. His pitch count is getting up there already, and we're not even through 2 innings. So Maiello has a full count, Cullen on third. 2 away here for the Lancers. The payoff pitch from Stewart is low, and Maiello draws a walk to pick the corners here.
Young man's almost surprised about it. There he's exchanging words with West Orange alumni. Coach Corey Feigenbaum, also a Rowan University alumni. Pitched collegiately, had quite the career himself. And he's off to quite the good coaching career, I must say.
So now Schultz will come back up for the Lancers. The left-hander wearing number 1 walked in his first at-bat, then stole second, and then took third on the side ground out. So now he has 2 guys on, 1 runner in scoring position, and 2 outs here in the top of the second. Stewart deals, Schultz shows bunt, put that one out of the strike zone, and 1-0 is the count.
Last time we saw him come around, he was able to get to first base, but he showed bunt the entire time. You remember that, Alex?
Yes, he was showing bunt, which might actually be better now with the runner on third. Cullen kind of dance off the bag a little bit, try and draw the attention of the infield, maybe make them make a mistake or not throw the ball at all, Ryan.
His speed also backs up the 2-out base hit mentality.
100%. Shows bunt once again. Now 2-0 is the count, and Stewart can't get it in there. And a certain part of that, Ryan, has to be a mind game, right?
Yes, absolutely.
He's telling Stewart, you have to throw me a strike. Stewart he's been pitching well, but a little inconsistent in finding the strike zone. So I think Schultz is very aware of what he's doing.
Yeah, but that helps Stewart out, too, with 2 outs. That man can move, trust me. We saw him on the football field this fall.
Very agile is Amir Stewart. That one up high. Schultz ducking down a little bit to shrink his zone. With a 3 count, I doubt he even lifts the bat off his shoulder, Ryan. I mean, there's no reason to swing the bat, let alone try and lay down a bunt with 2 guys on.
I also don't want to jinx our smarts, Alex, but we predicted this to be a West Orange defense versus Livingston offense game.
And Schultz takes out one low, for a pin walk. And now the bases are juiced for Dan Trent Levine. Cullen at third, Maiello at second, and Schultz at first, as we're going to have a little bit of a meeting here at the pitcher's mound. We're going to step aside for a moment.
That gives me plenty of time to make the necessary phone calls to alumni in the facility here today.
Do what you got to do. You're watching the D1 Media Pro page on the National Federation of High School Sports Network. Stay tuned. Welcome back to West Orange High School. Bases loaded for Levine, who shows bunt, playing those same mind games that Schultz was. However, he's not as fortunate with that first pitch as it's in there for a strike. We know Levine can really swing the bat, and the Lancers have some potential to do some damage here with the bases loaded, although there are 2 outs. This one is grounded to third. Going to first with it, and making the play is Cohen. So the Lancers get 3 runners on, but nothing to show for it. They're scoreless after 1.5 innings. West Orange comes up to bat, looking to take the lead. Stay tuned. You're watching the D1 Media Pro page of the NFHS Network.
Pretty good. Does one of you want to come on for an interview?
I was guessing you guys were going to do something. You're going to.
Come back now. Gotta come back now.
Welcome back. Bottom of the second. First pitch by Burke is, and we're going to have some very special guests joining us momentarily. You mentioned before some alumni in the house for Livingston today. They'll be joining us on the mic, Ben Hauser and Scott Schroeder, to give us some of their time. The 1-0 is grounded back to the pitcher Burke. Easy flip to Aaron Hauser for the first out of the second.
Great play there by Burke. He braved that one out like a bullet. Stared it right down to first base. There's one away. And that's the good thing about Burke, is that he's keeping his pitch count low today so far.
Yeah, conversely, Stu, we're going to have to watch out for him, see how deep into this game he can go, as he's pitching well, but he's gotten into a couple jams that have required him to throw a couple more pitches maybe have liked. This one is skied in on the infield. With the sun out, it's going to be hard to see, but Maiello's under it, and he'll make the catch for a quick second out. And so exactly how the Lancers wanted. Some quick outs, save the pitch count, because they want Burke to go as deep into this game as he can.
And reminding everyone to stick around. We got an interview coming up right after this next out.
First pitch from Burke couldn't quite get in there for ball 1.
We got an update from the Kelly Athletic Complex crosstown. Seton Hall Prep is up 3-0. It's a Del Barton Green Wave in a 1 versus 2 matchup in the state of New Jersey. Little non-public A potential preview. Alex, that's a good game.
One of the best in this, obviously in the state, but also a matchup that gets some looks nationwide. As this one is line to third base. Dan Trent Levine with the catch, and that is out number 3. So a quick 3-up, 3-down inning.
And we're staying right here. We got a big interview coming up.
We have a big interview indeed as we head to the top of the third, scoreless.
All right. All right, so we have a few special guests coming in here. We got the great Ben Hauser from FAU. Preferred walk-on, am I correct?
Well, actually, a change of plans. I'm actually heading to Montclair State.
Montclair State?
I'm going to be trying out in the spring. The roster's currently full right now, but I'm going to try to get my foot in the door, see whatever I could do to help the football team over there.
Gotcha. Does the great Scott Schroeder want to come on too as well? He was saying he doesn't really want to, but I think we'll force him on. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
So what do you guys think so far of this year's Livingston baseball team?
They're looking good. I like the positions that everyone's in. They're just rolling.
What do you think?
It's great to see some sophomores shining. You know, Julian Schultz, I had him starting in right field in those 2 state section games last year, and EJ Frayne also. The 2 of them in the outfield, man, they're crushing the ball, playing great defense, and it's really great to see. You know, I love building a nice base. You know what I mean, with the younger players. I think it's great for the future of the baseball program. I also like doing that with the football too. I'm a big believer in playing sophomores, playing the best players out there.
How much did you appreciate last year's run to you? Does it still really feel like it was just yesterday?
Yeah, man, it's surreal, man. And that's down.
That one got down. Look at Side go. He's going. He's got an extra base hit, maybe a third. You know, might be an error for the extra base, but that was impressive. You want to call a play-by-play? You want to give it a try out there? Maybe you, Schroeder?
I think that's all Ben.
All right, we'll have to send this to your father. How's he doing at Marstown Beer? Tough start, isn't it?
Oh, it's rough for him.
I must confess to being a big Noah Casper fan myself, though, on the mound. It's like that's Brady Eric now coming in to pinch run for the catcher. So how are you doing? Fill us in.
I'm doing all right. And down in Florida, just having a good time down there, enjoying
the great weather?
Oh, yeah, always.
All right, thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. We'll catch up later. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
The great Ryan Lowy, as always, providing the interviews that everybody wants to hear.
That was a little bit more informal. We had a good time, though. Thank you guys very much. They're giving us a wave. They know it was a great interview.
So
all right.
Side roped one there to left field. And the throw over from Amir Stewart gets past the glove there of the shortstop Castles, but Side stays put. So we're going to call that a base hit for Side.
I think they were debating saying hi to me when they first showed up, Alex, because they knew I was going to say, let's get him on the mic immediately. So I got a piece of his foot.
Fouled off. 0-1 count. And that is actually the Lancers' first hit, despite the plethora of base runners that they've had today. This is the first time that they're in the hill. Stewart ahead in the count, 0-1. Side on second. Excuse me, that's Brady Eric pinch running for him.
Side had a nice jump, too. He took advantage of the turf bounce there.
Yeah, 100%. What's unique about West Orange and a couple other fields in the area, it's fully turf from home plate field wall.
Yeah, quite a few of those. MKA just built a new one. We got Doc Gold's Field in Verona.
Eric taking third. This one grounded to Moses at first. So retired there is Miles Side. Excuse me. No, it is Miles Side. I wasn't lying to you. Oh, no, you're right. I can't read. I'm sorry. My scorecard is confusing me.
And here's Brandon Cooper.
Yeah, now is Brandon. Thank you, Ryan.
Always here to lend a hand, Alex.
So Cooper went down looking for his first at-bat, looking to not repeat that fate. Now with the runner on third and one out, a fly ball puts the Lancers ahead. Stewart, pitcher from the stretch. This one fouled back towards the track. And it nearly hits.
Ooh, that one was close.
Yeah, that was the closest call we've had.
I was talking about giving people a heads-up warning. I might have to bring that back.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a tight one.
If you hear me call for a foul ball, maybe lower the volume of however you're watching this, because it might be followed by a loud Ryan Maui yell. That's all good and healthy.
Trust me, this is my job. I can be loud.
That one in there for a strike. Now face 2 count is Cooper. And you don't want him to strike out twice in 2 at-bats, especially with a runner on third with only 1 out. EJ Frayne on deck from the stretch. Stewart. This one grounded towards third base. On it is Castles. On the bounce. He's out at first base throw with Castles, but the run will score.
That'll be an RBI.
It will be an RBI. So it'll be a 6-3 on the scorecard, but an RBI now for Cooper as EJ Frayne steps in. So now the run will score. Rick is the one who crossed the plate, but it was Side. Excuse me, yes. It was Side who will be credited with the run, as that one is in there for a strike.
I wonder how they're going to score Side's hit. Maybe the single plus the error?
See, I think we call it a hit. I mean, I think he got enough on it to give benefit of the doubt.
I'm sorry we had to take away your call on that one. I was actually, while we were interviewing the two of them, I was looking over, I was like, he's definitely not happy he didn't get to call that one.
It's all right. Hopefully the offense picks up a little bit. The ball's rolling now as we have our first run across of the game, courtesy of the ground ball from Cooper. Now Frayne in a 1-1 count. Stewart, the base is empty, kicks and deals. That one low once again, working the count to 2-1 is the sophomore EJ. I gotta say, I gotta respect him for wearing number 99. That's my number on the ice. It's like when I'm playing hockey after the great Wayne Gretzky.
Quite a few good number 99s. Katie Riccardi committed to play for Coastal Carolina, wears number 99 for Livingston girls soccer.
There's another number 99 now. 3 balls, 2 outs, and 1 strike. Looking to get out of the inning with the minimal damage is Amir Stewart, who, as we've alluded to, is getting up there in the pitch count. That one taken inside, or was it? I'm going to call it a strike. Frayne thought he got a base on balls there, but instead the count is full. Excuse me. 3-2, 2 outs, nobody on, but a run already across this inning for Livingston. A pitch from Stewart. Grounded, and that'll go through for a base hit to right. And Frayne keeps the inning alive with a great 2-strike approach. So now the inning stays alive. And second is Danny Cullen. Again, only the second hit today for the Lancers, but they're up in the runs column here in the top third. Frayne has some speed in his legs, and he will go for second base. Throw is not in time. Just beat it out, although it was a good throw from Stevenson.
Stevenson had a nice jump on it. He did everything correct from the catcher's position. Might have got caught up a little bit, almost choked on the throw. But he was able to get the transfer there, nicely read by the shortstop. Fortunately, Lancers got the better end of it.
Come on, Danny. Grab that ball. Be present. Come on.
So Cullen got the count.
I think we were the first to hear the breaking news about Ben Hauser's switch to Montclair State. He's going to try out and play football there.
Yeah, so that's big news. It'll be all over Adam Schefter's Twitter. And
I think it already is. I think we must have missed out.
Yeah. Cullen lets this one go, and that one's outside. 2-1 now, the count. The runner on second, EJ Frayne. Third stolen base for Lancers. Stewart checks the runner and deals. That one skied by Cullen to right field, moving in and making the case Stevens to retire the side. But a run comes across for the Lancers. 1-0 is our score after 2.5 innings. Alex Weiss and Ryan Lowry, stay with us. You're watching the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back. We're heading towards the bottom of inning number 3 of 7. Livingston taking the lead in the top of the third, courtesy of an RBI an RBI ground out from Brandon Cooper, the designated hitter. We mentioned it would be a battle of Livingston's bats versus West Orange's defense, and so far the former has gotten the better of the latter, but we still have more than half the game to play, so this is a storyline that is far from over.
Livingston able to sneak that run on the board, obviously off of the questionable call, Alex, but able to be beneficial. Interesting thing here, we're going to see what Coach Blumkin wants to do in terms of pitching for West Orange, in terms of arms used and everything as such.
We mentioned Amir Stewart getting up there in the pitch count category. So now is Ethan Young hitting 8th to lead off the bottom of the third. He lets the first pitch go for a high ball 1. He dribbles this one, but go foul on the first base side. So now count back to even at 1-1.
All right, guys, everybody up to the curb line, curb line. 7 lane 1 and 2, curb line.
It's been a quiet start to this. We've had a couple of hits and a lot of runners stranded, especially for Livingston.
Lancers have been putting on pressure every top half.
That one fouled back to move the count to 1-2 off the bat of Young. 2 up in this inning, Young to lead off, Stevens after him, and then back to the top of the order where Battle will take his second AB of the contest. The 1-2 from Burke. That one's in there, strike 3 called, and Young is retired. He goes down.
That's a big out there, and as we said, Burke is doing a great job. He's just throwing strikes consistently. He's saving his arm, and that's exactly what the Lancers need. They've had a busy week. It's been 3 in a row for them, now 4 in a row. And of course, they got a big game coming up on Saturday as their next one to stare down. Likely Schultz will be on the mound for that one as the one on the street. I can imagine for Seton Hall, they're going to try and find a way to squeeze in Marcelo Harsh.
How about just going back to, we talked about it last year, the Greater Newark Tournament champions by a long shot, Seton Hall. The talent that they had in their senior class last year carrying over to the collegiate level, Ryan.
Yeah, but we can't forget as well that Milburn is just almost unstoppable this year. The 2 games they lost, they've almost reeked them away and just continued to progress as one of the best teams in the state of Jersey. Cranford undefeated. That's the team they'll likely see in the final of Section 2, Group 3. That would be a great one, wouldn't it?
It would be a tremendous game. I mean, the sparks will be flying there. A lot of heavy hitters in that game, a lot of skilled guys who can really toss it, for lack of a better word, from the mound. And be a great matchup if it gets there. Check swing there.
Strike
and they're
3.
saying he went, so that's a strike 3 on the swing, we'll say. So second consecutive strikeout for Burke. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of inning number 3. Now back to the top of the order where Curtis Battle will step in for his second at-bat of the afternoon.
Battle digs into the lefty batter's box. He's got a strong bat. He's also very quick as well. We're going to see it right here.
Is blooped into center field. Not so much of a bloop. Some heat on that one, but it'll only be a single for Battle as he's in with the base hit. So no 3 up, 3 down inning for Burke.
That adds the force to second base for the middle infielders to want to go the quick way. Maybe Lynn and Maiello can try and work something out in that direction.
Now Castle's up for his second at-bat. Battle dancing off of first. That ball a low strike, the count 0-1. He's Ryan Lowy, I'm Alex Weiss, joining you on this Thursday afternoon of SEC baseball. Runner goes, that one is hit out to left center. That's going to fall for a base hit. Making the throw in was Schultz, and that'll hold the runner at third base. So a two-out rally going on now for the Mountaineers. They now have the corners picked. Battle to third. Castles gets himself a single. And they're a base hit away from tying this game up with with 2 outs. And it'll be Strozik stepping in, the designated hitter, looking to tie this one up.
That's hit number 26 for Castles on the year, as now he will take off.
There's the set play by the Lancers. Side throws to the shortstop, Lynn, rather than to second base, where Maiello, the second baseman, was covering, as the runner on third very well could have had advanced on that play. Count 0-1 with 2 outs. Burke pitching to Strozik. Runners on second and third. Here's the pitch.
Great block.
Yeah, there's a check swing on a ball in the dirt, the metaphoric dirt, as we are playing on a turf field. Count now 2 balls to no strikes.
Alex, you're not alone. You hear some of the best broadcasters make that mistake when they're calling games for a team that usually plays on grass and then switches over to the turf.
Two balls, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That one in there for a strike. 2-1 now. Burke climbing out of that 2-0 hole.
I think Michael Kay averages about 1, say it's grass or dirt instead of turf, a game when the Yankees head to the Trop.
The 2-1. Now Burke finds himself in the 3-1 hole with 2 runners in scoring position. 3 balls, 2 outs, and 1 strike. Lancers lead 1-0 here. The bottom of the third. Burke deals. That one doesn't catch the corner. It's ball 4. And now the bases are loaded. And it'll be Stevenson stepping in a huge spot here. You hear the starters gone for the track meet behind us.
I love that sound when they start running.
It's that pop.
You got it.
So now Burke working out of a jam here. That one is golfed, and it'll fall for a base hit. West Orange scores 1. Now scoring as well is Castles. West Orange takes the lead. Play at third. The throw is in time. The inning is over, but not before West Orange scores 2. The home team takes the lead. We'll head to the 4th inning. You're watching the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS network.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
We're back. Livingston comes up to bat in the top of the 4th, and they're down in this one after a massive 2 RBI base hit.
Da-na-na, da-na-na. We have an update from across town. Del Barton has tied Seton Hall Prep. It is a 4-4 game as we are winding towards halftime. Kevin Conley on the broadcast for that one. Separate stream right here on the National Federation of High School Sports. Did I do a good job mocking?
I think so. I couldn't tell the difference between you and the jingle. Those beautiful pipes of yours, Lowy. I think
Thank you.
If this broadcasting thing doesn't work out, you should seek out if any local bands need a vocalist.
I was more, I was imitating. I don't believe we're allowed to say it on the broadcast, but I was imitating a professional show's.
A certain network.
A certain network. It goes da-na-na, da-na-na before giving breaking news.
Network, yes.
I tried to give it that soothing newscast call,
And you succeeded. Top of the 4th, Livingston trailing 2-1 to the rival Mountaineers. Stepping in now is Robbie Lynn for his second at-bat. He grounded out to second in his first plate appearance. Stewart has pitched a very good game, 1 run through 3 innings. However, his pitch count is getting up there. We'll keep an eye on him as well as Coach Blumpkin as to how long we're going to keep him in this game.
I also feel like this game has a great pace. Don't forget we started about 12 minutes past the 4 o'clock scheduled start. Moving pretty smoothly in an exciting game.
Yeah, I can't complain with the pace, but it's a nice day for baseball. So I wouldn't mind being out here for a little bit longer as Lynn fouls off the first pitch. He's down in the count 0-1. Stewart towards home. That one is lined out to center field. Gatton's reading this one, and he'll make the catch for the first out of inning number 4. Gatton's, we mentioned with Daniel Duran, Dimes Flicks on Instagrams, go shoot him a follow. Gatton's another member of that hockey team that won the McMullen division this year. You can catch most of those games on the on-demand function of D1 Media Pro page of the NFHS network.
Wasn't that a great time, Alex? This year's West Orange hockey season was so exciting.
This one dribbled to second base, a miscommunication between Riley and Stewart, but it doesn't matter as it trickles underneath the glove of Battle. Looks like Maiello would have beat that one out anyway, so we'll call it a single.
Yeah, that one bit the apple right there. Little miscommunication, little struggle off the squibbed hit off the bat of Maiello. Might have hit the top end of the bat. Good job by Stewart there to cover first base and be ready.
So Maiello, who can run, is on first. And now Schultz for his third at bat. He walked both times, and Ryan, I'm going to take a lucky guess and say he's going to show bunt.
It's a possibility. I mean, Maiello doesn't have a very commanding lead off of first base, so we'll have to see. Maybe the secondary's stronger. Schultz has shown it both times today.
Yes, I think at almost every pitch he's faced.
And he's doing it again. Why would you stop doing it? It's working every time.
It's working, and he gets up in the count 1-0. And like we said before, he is forcing Stewart to throw him a strike. And he hasn't been able to do that. As we've mentioned, 2 walks to Schultz. Also a steal for the center fielder wearing number 1. Imagine we see Maiello run at this at bat as well, because he has wheels. He was MVP of the football team this year. That one's in there for a strike. Stewart able to find the zone, even up the count at 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 1 on at first base. Maiello goes, showing bunt to Schultz. The throw is in time. They got him. Maiello caught stealing an absolute dart from Stevenson for the second out.
That was a brilliant throw. Perfect transfer from Stevenson. He picked it up. He didn't let the bunt get in his way. Typical play we see from Livingston at all 3 levels is like to show bunt, pull back for the steal, and throw off the catcher. Didn't work there. Stevenson saw right through it. He's starting to get used to what Schultz can throw at the pitcher before actually making contact.
So now 1-2, 2 outs. That one's high for a ball to even up the count at 2. So the complexion of this inning looks very different. Instead of 1 on and 1 out, bases are empty with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs, and a chance for Stewart to get out of it. Here's the pitch. Just inside. Stewart not thrilled with the call, but he's going to have to do it again as now we have a full count. Stewart pitching with the lead. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And we're halfway through this ball game. West Orange leads 2 runs to 1. Stay tuned for the second half of this one. You're watching the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS network.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate!
We are halfway through. Thomas Burke still going strong on the mound. Looking to keep this a 1-run affair.
Been a great game so far. We've seen consistency, and I think really what the Lancers want to do here is try and pull Burke through the next 2 to 3 innings at the very least. These are usually the innings in your baseball game where you see the pitcher start to slow down and pace, arm starts to run out. Then you really got to look at your pen and see when you're this deep in a high school season what you have left. Burke is going to be a pitcher who's been red hot right now and who has saved a lot of pitches so far in this game, working I'd say about maybe a pitch and a half per batter on average. He's moving.
Yeah, I mean his pace has been terrific. It's going to be due up. Moses, Cohen, and Gattens all seeing their second at-bats of the afternoon. Now stepping in, as I said, is senior Riley Moses, the right-handed first baseman, looking to extend his lead. Burke deals, and Moses lets that one go by him for strike one.
Cutoff date for games, noon of the 17th of this month. So any game played prior to that will count towards the power points. These two teams looking for Section 1 Group 4 playoffs. Lancers defending champions, and West Orange the quarterfinal round, second round loss to Hackensack.
Burke can't find the zone. Count even now at 1. Here's the pitch. Fouled back towards the track.
Heads up.
That one not as close to anybody, but nonetheless it is a strike. So now ahead in the count is Thomas Burke looking to punch out Moses. The 1-2 from Burke. Grounded right back at him. Burke with the quick reflexes over to Hauser for the first out of the inning.
Second time we've seen that one today. Burke just stares one down right into him as fast as it comes. He's got quick hands with the glove, and Lancers are very happy to have him back on the field for his senior year after taking a few years off from the sport.
Yeah, certainly going to be a difference maker, especially with a guy like Ben Hauser, who we spoke to before, not in your rotation this year, obviously having graduated. Caleb Gattens steps in. Excuse me, it's Cohen. Gattens on deck. That one in for strike one. Ryan Lowy doing the color commentary and camera work today.
Must confess, I'm having a great time, Alex.
Yeah, he has his hands full. I'm Alex Weiss. The voice of your play-by-play is that one's up and in. A ball and a strike to Cohen. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 away here. The Mountaineers lead 2-1 here at the bottom of the 4th inning. 4 of 7 here. That one cut on, tipped back for strike 2. So now down in the count is Cohen and Burke looking to capitalize ahead in the count. Cohen looking to stay alive. Burke looking to punch him out. Getting his signs from Miles' side. The 1-2. Looked almost like a golf swing there, Ryan, but he managed to get a sliver of that baseball to stay in the count. Count remains at 1-2. Lancers playing from behind, as we've mentioned. The favorite heading into this one, but they're down through 4 innings. The 1-2 once more. That one lines out to center field, and that'll drop for a base hit. Too far for Aiello and too short for Schultz. So single here for Cohen, and now Gattens will step in.
It's a great piece of contact right there. It's also starting to give Burke maybe a little wear and tear. These counts are getting a little longer for him. So now runner off of first base, and 1 away.
So 1 on and 1 out for Caleb Gattens, dual sport athlete, showing bunt. Pulls it back, trying to pick off the runner. The back pick from side isn't in time. Hauser inside the senior connection trying to get the second out of the inning, but just not enough on that ball from side, who really rifled that one down. 1-0 is the count.
And he saw the runner slipping, saw the opportunity.
Cut on a miss to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Inside, such a strong arm. Hauser is such a smart player. Wouldn't be surprised if we see that back pick attempt once more if side thinks it's the right move with the runner off the base. Gets the bunt down, and then it'll trickle foul. Gattens nearly able to lay that one down beautifully, as he would have, without a doubt, beat out the throw. As the nearest player there was the pitcher, Burke, and he would not have been able to beat the speed of Gattens. But that one trickles just left of the third baseline, so the count 1-2 with one on and one away. Dancing off of first is Cohen. Caleb Gattens takes this one for strike 3.
Just like that, there's 2 away and just a runner on first base for West Orange. This is a very close game, Alex. These 2 teams braved out a great one last year. West Orange just barely pulled it out. It was a big win for them. And it was a great win. It was at the Ochsner Athletic Complex. It was a great game. And the runner goes.
The runner goes, sides throw, gets by Maiello, also gets by Lynn, but Schultz cuts it off in center field, but thing put there is Cohen.
And last year, West Orange pulled that one out, and although they took on a tough loss in their next game against Nutley to start off the county tournament, it was all smooth sailing from there for them. They had 5 games, I believe it was, in 7 nights, and they picked up 4 wins in those 5 games. So that was a big win for them last year. Maybe this can turn the ship around as they're 7-9.
So Ethan Young with a 1-0 count went down looking his first time up. He watches that one go by for strike 2. My apologies. The count was 0-1, now 0-2. Trying not to go down looking for the second straight at bat is Ethan Young. That one misses low for Burke, so the at bat will continue at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, and a runner on second. That is Cohen after stealing the base. Lynn playing games with him, trying to get him to shorten his lead. Burke deals. That one, the off-speed pitch gets in there for strike 3. That'll do it for the 4th inning. Lancers come up to bat. They're down 1 after a scoreless 4th from Thomas Burke. You're watching the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You saying I did?
Come on. Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You saying I did?
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
We're back top of the 5th. Livingston down a run. It'll be Dan Trent Levine stepping in. The 2-hitter in this Livingston lineup for his 3rd at bat. Stewart deals. That one is up and in. It catches Levine.
I get a piece of him. Looks like it did.
So 1 pitch and 1 base runner.
Indeed,
or
they're
they're saying,
him back.
hold on, wait a minute. The umpire's conferring.
That's at least what Coach Feigenbaum is signaling for.
I mean, Levine was pretty quick to go to first base. Maybe the umpire is telling him he should have waited for the call.
Well, he's talking to Daniel Levine right now, and the only thing I'm going to say is if it hit him or not, of course he's going to say it hit him.
Right.
So I'm not really sure how much you're going to get out of that.
But a convincing acting performance from him nonetheless.
Hey,
I mean, the pitch was without a doubt up and in. So there's no question on if it was close.
Let's see, are they going to point towards the bag, or are they going to give him the 1-0 signal?
The suspense is building, and this could end up being a big call.
They're going to bring it back.
Yep. So no HBP for Levine. Instead,
Alex, I assume you're writing your scorecard with a pen?
Unfortunately, I am, yes.
It's not erasable?
Nope. So we're going to have to do some asterisks here, but it's all right. Stewart deals. That one swung on and missed. Count now 1-1. Levine trying to golf that slider, maybe take it the opposite way, but instead all he did was give us a little bit of a breeze here down the right field line. 1-1 from Stewart. That one grounded up the middle, making a play on it is Castles, and they get him in time. Nice throw there. Levine not thrilled with the call, but he's not the one wearing blue. So you have one away here. That'll be 6-3 on your scorecards, which you should be writing in pencil as we learn. Now Miles side up.
As long as it's not a government document, we'll be all right with pencil.
Miles side, grounds it out and doubled.
Yeah, for any of that one, don't do your taxes with a pencil.
Some good advice from Ryan. Always good advice coming from Ryan Lowy.
I think it's all virtual now anyway.
That one up and in for the second consecutive batter on the first pitch.
It's all electronic now, as I was trying to say.
That's everything. We didn't get to see you all season.
Very wise man. It's my partner here. The 1-0 from Stewart to side. Swing and a miss from the catcher. Count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's starting to cool down a little bit too. We're looking at right now 74 degrees Fahrenheit.
Is that a guess or is that a...
It's a report.
Ooh, gotta love that. High to right field. Going for it is Stevens.
It's in the pen.
But that one is a foul ball. 1-2 now for the catcher. And you are right, Ryan. It has cooled off a little bit. It's a comfortable breeze coming through as well. The 1-2 got in there. Strike 3. Side goes down looking for out number 2 of inning number 5. And now coming up to bat is the big bat of Aaron Hauser. And that's dangerous if you're Amir Stewart because one swing of the bat could tie this ball game up. The lefty with his brother in attendance. Sees the pitch from Stewart. Grounds this one to the right side. Making the play on it is Battle. And with the easy flip to first, he'll give it to Moses to retire the side. No hits for the Lancers in that inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. They trail 2 runs to 1. You're watching the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS network. Stay tuned.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate.
Bottom of the 5th coming up momentarily. It's going to be Ethan Young, then Stevens, and then Battle for your Mountaineers here. Same way they started inning number 3 is the way they'll start inning number 5. Ryan Lowy, Alex Weiss with you today. Burke stays on the bump.
Looking ahead, Alex, West Orange has himself some interesting competition coming up. They have Newark Academy, Glen Ridge, Cedar Grove, Montclair, Kimberly, and Belleville. So this might be the final big game of the season that they have prior to the competition they're taking on next. Of course, we know Glen Ridge and Cedar Grove are both tough competition for West Orange, specifically Cedar Grove. They're off to a great season as they've moved down and embraced their new competition in the Colonial Division. But this Livingston team is the only American Division side that West Orange will see.
I don't mean to direct our attention away from the diamond, but on the track behind us, they're doing hurdles. And I gotta say, I couldn't do that. Those are a little too high for me, Ryan.
I can. I can. I give myself more credit, Alex.
You've got the bunnies, I don't.
On the other side.
Ethan Young stepping in for the second time today.
On the other side, for Livingston, they have Seton Hall Prep this Saturday. That would give them another game if they're able to take down Seton Hall Prep, likely against Milburn. That would be the following Saturday. They also have Caldwell Seton Hall Prep in a regular season bash, then West Essex, and St. John Vianney for the second time. It's one of those very, very, very rare team out of your conference that you play twice in a season.
Yeah, you don't see that too often, but it could be a good opportunity for the Mountaineers.
Or the Lancers.
Excuse me, you are correct. First pitch, low for ball 1.
John Vianney, one of the strongest infields you can ask for out of the Shore Conference. However, their hitting has not been up to par this year.
Yeah, I mean, Lancers, Mountaineers, tomato, they're both in front of me. It's been a long day, Ryan.
Hasn't it?
Swung on and missed there by, it's Stevens leading off this inning. And he's dealing with a 1-1 count at the moment. So Burke stays in this game. Not sure. I don't see any action for West Orange in the bullpen, so I would imagine Stewart's going to go into the 6th, pending further notification. Count even at 1. Burke deals. That one in there for a low strike. So the pitcher gets a head hitter. 2 strikes to 1 ball. The Lancers still trailing in this one, and they will be at least going into the 6th. The 1-2.
Just missed. Good frame there by Side. Tried to bring it in.
It's a good frame by Side and a good slider there from Burke. Looking to get that one to go back door, but the umpire wasn't having it. Just missed the corner. Imagine he's going to try and pump some heat here. He does indeed pump the heat. Trickles down to third base. Going to be a tough play for Levine. Gets the throw off, and he is just safe. And it wasn't for a lack of effort from Dan Trent Levine. He did a great job charging that ball, playing the hop, and making a stellar throw over to fellow senior Aaron Hauser. But the speed of Stevens,
yeah, Stevens' speed, it's an eye-opener for the bottom half of the 5th inning. What can they do now with some big bats coming up next?
On the 3rd at-bat of the day for Curtis Battle, he singled back in the 3rd and scored the first of 2 West Orange runs. Now we're having a little bit of a conversation here. Side, Burke, and Coach Ennis talking shop.
And
Alex.
It
looks like that's going to be it for Thomas Burke. We're going to head over to a commercial break. We'll let you know who's coming in and what the situation is when we come back. You're watching the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. Don't go anywhere. So now with the leadoff runner on, it's going to be sophomore Tyler Chen stepping into this ballgame for the Lancers. Ryan, what can you tell me about the 10th grader?
Quite a little bit from the sophomore, actually, Alex. 8 2/3 innings pitched so far. He's given up 11 hits. He's also given up 1 earned run, 4 runs total. He's walked 5, struck out 4. He's also hit a batter. His ERA is .81, so he's not the strongest, but he's definitely a presentable pitcher for the Lancers here today as we see him working from the stretch. Good middle reliever that the team can rely on, and a few more years of eligibility coming up for the young man.
Yeah, very good numbers, especially when you consider the fact that he is only in his sophomore season. We have a runner on first, that is Stevens, and now the top of the order due up for the Mountaineers, Curtis Battle and Castles. The next 2 batters, followed by the designated hitter Strozik. Chen wearing 12 in green. Gets a couple more warm-up pitches in with his team down 2 runs to 1 here at West Orange. So we'll see if this game possibly needs to go to the bottom of the 7th, or if we can wrap it up after 6.5, pending the Lancers offense.
I'm a fan of good baseball, Alex. Whatever works for me.
Yeah, if we can see a walk-off, you know, I wouldn't be too mad about that. So now Battle, as I said, he singled and scored. They did not get him after the pickoff attempt, and the Lancer dads over here aren't thrilled with the call.
It was close. It was a very close one.
Looks like, without a doubt.
Looks like it was the outside left arm that hit the bag prior to the tag, Alex.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think that's a smart move by Chen to try and catch the runner Stevens falling asleep before he even threw a pitch. The first pitch misses outside on the lefty Battle. 1-0 the count to the leadoff hitter.
That'll be quite the way to come in, Alex.
Yeah, and I think you're not expecting that for a pitcher to come in. You want him to get in his rhythm, throw a couple strikes maybe. No, Chen tries to play the mind game of just getting that ball over to Hauser and nearly got that out. That one popped straight back, evens up the count at 1.
Yeah, that's your lefty pitcher's dominance right there, is checking the runner at first. The righty pitcher coming in, throwing out a fast runner, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, especially for an underclassman nonetheless, as we've mentioned.
Gotta love when the underclassmen are making impacts like this, Alex.
100%. It's something that we see across all sports, but especially down the stretch when maybe your top end guys and your higher grade guys might be a little banged up or not able to pitch on a certain day. You need to rely on those younger guys, the EJ Frames in right field, the Robbie Linds at shortstop, and now the Tyler Chens of the world pitching.
You got it.
Now down in the count 2-1. Checks the runner at first, and he throws over. Hauser not able to get the tag down in time. But Chen very cognizant of the speed that Stevens has. Another second leadoff hitter, so to speak. West Orange using the same tactic that Livingston does with Maiello. Chen checks. Generous lead here. That one low, good block by Side. He gathers and lets the ball settle at his feet before throwing back to Chen, 3-1 now the count, Chen working behind. He'll step off the rubber for a moment to collect himself, get loose. No outs, runner on first, 3-1 the count, Chen to battle. That one fell back to fill up the count.
Double play is on, we see the infielders in.
Yeah, double play depth for Lynn and Maiello. I'd imagine we see the runner go here, Ryan. That's just my prediction. With the full count and his speed, you got to imagine Chen's going to be focused on the batter here with the full count.
Yeah, Levine lined up normally. Hauser holding them on, and the middle infielders are close to second base.
Runner does not go. That one fouled up into the back screen, so we'll see another payoff pitch. Still full, no out yet here in the bottom of inning number 5. Stevens on first. Chen gets his sign from Side. Throws over, Hauser gets the tag down, but he dropped the ball. That was a close one. May have gotten him if he could just squeeze on that one a little bit longer. Keeping Steven close, nonetheless. Checks once again. West Orange dugout making plenty of noise. The payoff pitch once again.
That got a piece of him.
I think you're correct. So it'll be a hit by pitch to advance the runner. Battle now on for the second time today. Third at bat of the afternoon for Castles with a chance to extend the lead with the runner in scoring position. Still no outs. Chen in a bit of a pickle here. That one swung on and by Castles. Now a head count is the sophomore.
Castles brings in the big bat, as we've spoke about previously.
Double play is in effect here. It would be great for the Lancers to get a ground ball.
These are also insurance runs for West Orange, Alex.
Well, you got to build up your lead because a one-run lead against these Lancers is all but safe. Off-speed pitch falls in there for strike 2. And now the floor is all Chen's as he's ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. The runner in scoring position. That is Stevens at second in battle after getting hit by a payoff pitch is at first.
Yeah, we're noticing the change in pace now. The pitcher's still trying to find his stride.
Pitching from a full stride. That one is grounded up the middle. It'll be a base hit, and West Orange will extend their lead. Schultz's throw is cut off by the pitcher, Chen. He does throw it to Side, but that wasn't in time. An RBI single for Castles to extend the lead.
That's 2 runs that come in there. That's a big one. That's a pair of runs. Mountaineers getting very comfortable.
Only 1 run, actually, Ryan.
Really?
On that one. Yeah, it was Castle's only, or excuse me, Battle only able to get to second on that one. Third hit of the afternoon for Castles. And they're going to call a balk on Chen.
Looks like it was that back foot. Chen's pointing to it right now. Problem with calls like these, Alex, is with the uniform slaying due to the wind. It's hard to tell what's going on with the shoulders. There he is.
Strozik is up. He walked in his last at-bat.
Shout out to our good friend, Mr. Stefan Zakella. He's in the building.
The newly official athletic director of West Orange Public Schools. Z, glad to have you here.
Welcome, D1 Media. It's great to have you guys here. You do such a great job for all of our programs, and great to see the voice of West Orange baseball back here for this big game. Little crosstown rival here, right? We're a neighboring town here, Livingston versus West Orange.
Yeah, you got it. We interviewed a few Livingston players. Now we got to interview you. See,
yeah,
we got to bring you on.
Perspectives from both sides. So, how does it feel finally that the interim title removed the official athletic director of West Orange? That's got to be a great feeling, Z.
It's no different.
That one popped up to right center. Looks like Freen's under it, and he'll make the catch for the first out, tagging from third.
Oh, the hesitant
changing
step.
His mind. The throw down to side. Now in a rundown is Castles. He's going to walk this one back to third. The tag from Trent. He's tagging both runners. One of them's got to be out as there are two guys on the same base. The umpire points, and Castles is retired. So a double play for the Lancers after some very poor base running for the Mountaineers. And I'm sorry to say it like that, Z, but
that looks like a miscommunication. I think Coach Blunken is a little upset that maybe Battle hesitated. Sometimes in baseball you hesitate, you freeze, and I think he did that, and Castles picked up Coach Blunken headed to third base. But it happens in this game, and they're gonna figure out. I guess I don't know what they're arguing about right now, but. To answer your question about the interim, I don't think that anything changed for me necessarily. I love being around the kids in this environment and athletics, and it's been a lot of fun for me to really lead the athletic program the last 2 years. So I look forward to. I think we've done a great job. The programs, the coaches, the community has kind of grown over the last 2 years, and I think I don't attribute it to me. I think post-COVID, a lot of energy and excitement. It's certainly been a banner year for us. So, but it's been a lot of fun, and I look to continue to have that awesome experience of being so close to the kids. And
Z, you say you're a big
athletics.
Z, you say you're a big fan of us. We're a big fan of you. We love West Orange Athletics. We love Stefan Zakella.
I don't know what I'm going to do. You're not graduating, are you?
I'll be here next year.
All right. So we're losing Lowy, and he is. He's been the voice of West Orange Athletics overall. And I remember the first time I met him, I was the head wrestling coach.
We're going really back in time.
He came up to me with this charisma, enthusiasm you don't find, and I was like, "Who is this?" Energized. He knew my name. He knew how to say it. He had this, and I said, "There's something special about this kid." And with every interaction, I've just been more and more impressed with him, and he's well on his way to having a great career in this, in whatever he chooses to do, but certainly in broadcasting or sports management, whatever. Penn State?
Yes, sir. Penn State.
He's a Nittany Lion.
Heading to State College, Center County, Pennsylvania.
Oh, man, that's a great school.
Z, we bonded over, and actually he's on this field right now, Corey Feigenbaum. If you can recall, you told me. I said, I'm from Livingston, New Jersey. You said, yes, that's right.
So maybe a little known fact, I coached Corey Feigenbaum, class of 2011, and what a great player he was. And as the one thing that stood out about Corey is he loved.
Just missed. Been there for a strike.
He really loved the game of baseball and learning the ins and outs of it. You get a kid like Corey once a decade that just he's just a sponge. And with that, over the decades that he's played this game, he now offers it and gives back. And that's what I love seeing it. Although he doesn't give back to West Orange, he pays it forward to Livingston. And he had the Pitcher of the Year a few years ago, right?
I do recall that, yes.
Yeah, it was great.
He was a star at Rowan.
Oh, Corey was, yeah. And that's Stewart struck out. He's having a great year for us, pitching a good game today as we head into the top of the sixth. But yeah, Corey was a team captain of Rowan, and a good story about Corey is he didn't go out for the baseball team as a freshman. He was recruited. He actually hit somewhere in the upper fours for us and was our ace pitcher.
Really?
I just think he was a little burnt out by putting so much into the game that he took a year off, and it's hard to get back on that horse, and he did. And he made the team and became like a very prominent player for Rowan, and the way he finished up his career was pretty impressive, and it was something pretty amazing to witness his journey in this awesome game.
So I have a quick question for you real quick. So how does it feel to have Coach Blumpkin heading the team right now? It must feel terrific.
Man,
he's a great coach.
Blumpkin is, I go on and say this, he may be the most loved and respected teachers. He has just an energy and a gift, and he gives it to all the kids every single day. And the baseball team, they're in great hands. I know we haven't been particularly playing well, but he is, he's really got them prepared. He's got them primed to go on a nice run. But yeah, what a phenomenal teacher and coach for high school. And he's always willing to help out anything. I mean, even announcing our football games or just spectating and supporting all of our athletes. Really, really fortunate that West Orange has Coach Blumpkin.
And a game like today, I don't want to jinx anything, but West Orange in the lead through 5 innings now. How does it feel to be up, especially on a team that's been around the 500 mark? If they win today, they're going to be 1 game below 500. How does it feel to be ahead against a crosstown rival, or I guess a town over rival, to be close in a game that they were favored in coming in?
Well, we're capable of playing so much better. It's just we've been in a rut, and sometimes, we slump. No matter what you do, no matter what is done, it's just you got to climb out of it. And I think this would be a big confidence builder, and very big for us. And we get the first out of the inning here. We had Eli Cohen with a 5-3.
Z, you want to take my mic and call the game? We'd love that.
I'm kind of enjoying this a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe I could be a part of D1 here, but no, it's this would be huge for us, and we had a big win against Livingston last year, and I think that really helped us too. And with all due respect, we talked about Corey being just an absolute gem. I don't know if you could get a better assistant coach around, and he's got. And we got a line out to Randy Stevens there for the second out of the inning.
You give me a radio personality to you.
Well hit ball there.
John Sterling and Stefan Zakella on the fan.
That's right. But Mickey Ennis is what a legend he is. So, little known fact, I played college baseball at Ramapo, where he is a legend. Got a foul ball there, right down the line, almost fair. But Mickey Ennis signed on after he played at Ramapo, signed on to be the coach, and within 2 years they were a national champion.
I mentioned that earlier in the broadcast.
But yeah, and we talked about that team. I had no idea that he headed it. At a ripe old age of 24 years old, he wins a national championship as a head coach. Is that just a fascinating story?
So did you hear the story about the uniform they wear that year?
No,
I believe he said that was the year of the Olympics or something, if I can recall correctly.
Yeah, 1984.
Yeah, it was the 1984 Olympics, and I believe the Olympic team walked out near Ramapo or something, so they wore an Olympic-style jersey. They won that game. He said, we're going to wear this, for the rest of the season. They barely lost the game going forward from there.
That's amazing.
That was a famous story he told me when I played under him. So we have that in common.
Well, you guys weren't even alive back in 1984, but to be honest with you, he he is so humble about it. I bring it up to everybody when I'm around him. And I have the honor of coaching the underclassmen all-star game with Mickey, and Corey's a part of the staff, and so is MKA coach Ralph Pacifico and Joe Sorson. Man, it's my favorite day of the year to get out on the baseball diamond, having to retire from coaching and having that one moment to coach great athletes and work with these great coaches is something special, but it's something I look forward to every year.
You mentioned great athletes. One of them is on the field right now throwing gas, Amir Stewart. Because as the overarching force behind West Orange Athletics, what does it mean to you personally to have students that are investing their time not into only one but multiple sports and playing at the highest level in multiple sports?
I'm so glad you mentioned that. I'm a huge proponent of playing multiple sports. It really teaches you things. The reason why our football team won a championship is because he was the quarterback of that team, and the competitive, the level of competition that he has gained from being on that mound. And every pitch is a snap. So to have that experience and bring that to the football team is pretty spectacular. So we all know who Patrick Mahomes is.
Of course.
He attributes his great football play and being a quarterback to baseball, where he was a star, shortstop. But obviously he was a phenomenal pitcher, and his level of competition. Kyler Murray too is the same way. But yeah, Amir really was really a difference maker for our football team and leading us to our first ever sectional championship. So I can't plug it enough. Play multiple sports. Everybody should really, play at least 2 sports, and I recommend 3.
Absolutely. That would be a 3-sport athlete. It's very impressive as well. So one last question for you before we let you go, Z, because I'm sure you definitely do not want to be hanging out here too long.
Love hanging it.
So you're obviously a very experienced coach in the area, also a very experienced AD. Who do you have winning the GNT this year?
Man, I don't know if anybody can stop Milburn. 2 years ago, they were on our field in a game. I think it was a quarterfinal game. It was a rainy day. They don't have turf. They came here.
Yeah, I believe they came here earlier this year too, right?
Yeah, and I was watching their game. I was watching their game, and I was still head coach, and they were young, freshmen, sophomores, and now they are juniors and seniors. And Echeverria on the bump. I have a hard time seeing them lose. And I just, Coach Chapman is another phenomenal coach, and I would definitely say, if I were to choose a team that I would say would win it, I think they're clear front runners. But baseball, you get a guy who has a great day on the mound and timely hitting, anybody is beatable. And Seton Hall, I think, beat Echeverria. This year. So certainly no one's unbeatable, but Milburn is really a special team this year.
There's a walk to
Well, who
the
do you
side.
guys have?
I have Milburn winning it, but I was telling everybody, when you asked me about the GNT, I actually like to think of Milburn's matchup versus Cranford coming up in the sectional tournament, because I feel like Milburn, even if they don't win the whole thing, it's kind of hard to say they won't win it. They're just so talented. So when you talk about the future ahead, I really like to shift the attention towards Section 2, Group 3 final between Cranford and Milburn. That's going to be quite the stare down right there. Cranford, the only undefeated team left in New Jersey. 18-0. Can you believe that?
And there is some, that's a rivalry. Talk about a rivalry.
Yeah, that's great.
That's something that's really fun to follow, and but certainly it'll be an exciting matchup between
Z, if I can recall, I still owe you a pizza from a couple of years ago.
Is that right? Well, I must have bought you a pizza because, we certainly didn't bet on a game or anything,
Absolutely not, no.
Yeah. Actually, one of my favorite pizza joints is in...
Taking notes. Go ahead.
They're obviously Star Tavern, which is orange. Yeah. We claim it as West Orange, but yeah, man, one of my favorites, Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza, right
Livingston
on
Town Center.
Ooh, man, those wings with the bread and the onions and also the pizza's fantastic there.
I'll tell you what, those charcoal wings, delicious, so good.
What's the good pizza out in Rockville you're from?
I do live in Mount Arlington. I'm a Dover High product. There's not much great pizza over there.
Oh, really?
There's a Cracker Barrel we like to go to. Nice restaurant, Pub 199, but the pizza's a dime a dozen over there.
Thank you so much, Z. Always a pleasure on the broadcast.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I really appreciate you guys coming out here and wish you all the best of luck, Ryan. And, we'll be a big fan of yours. We'll be a fan for a long time, man. But the both of you, all the best, and appreciate you covering West Orange athletics.
Z, you said I needed to get the Mountaineers on the right track. So far, looking good.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Stephen Zakella, the athletic director here at West Orange High School. That one is fouled back onto the track and nearly takes somebody's head off. That was a close call, Ryan.
Yeah, that was a tight one. As I said, going to be a heads up back into the broadcast really soon. Think it's more important. Got to bring it in. Well, anyway, Lancers are down to their final 4 outs of the game. They're in the top half of the 6th.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. And the batter is on. Here's the pitch. That one just outside to fill up the count. And this pitch is probably, if not definitely, the most important pitch in this ball game. You got a run in scoring position, the tying run on base, the go-ahead run at the plate, full count, 2 outs. Stewart deals, both runners go, and it is in there. Strike 3. Maiello down on strikes, and that'll do it for the top of the 6th.
Can you believe it? That looked like a high pitch. Everyone's reaction was steering in the direction of that one being a ball, but the strike is called, and the Lancers might have just had a tough break. They're down to their final 3 outs after they play some defense.
Yeah, we'll see West Orange come up after this. Alex Weiss, Ryan Lowry, the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network.
We all make our mistakes.
No, I mean,
it looked like they crossed too.
Yeah, we're back here, bottom of the 6th. We're just discussing the scoring play that West Orange had. Castles only went from 1st to 2nd on a play that I don't want to say he should have scored, Ryan, but
no, but it really looked good actually, because there was, I believe, someone picking up the bat behind him who looked like he just scored.
From this angle, it's a limited view at the plate at some times. So yeah, it's understandable. As the bottom of the 6th, the home Mountaineers come up to bat with a 3-1 lead over the Livingston Lancers. Due up for West Orange.
Alex, this has to be one of the games of the year. It's been a tight game. It's been a close game. West Orange is trying to make it 3 straight years of upsetting the Livingston Lancers.
And they're looking to do just that, looking to tack on some insurance here with the 2 lead. Livingston looking to play some defense here, give themselves a shot in the top of the 7th. Ken stays on the mound. After a not-so-great 5th inning, he'll come back out for the 6th, looking for some redemption and to keep his team in this one. 1 run across in the 5th, as the first pitch of the 6th is up and in for ball 1.
Alex, I said 2, you said none, we settled with 1. Lancers will keep Chen in.
Yeah, we'll split the difference. The 1-0. That one is low. Gonna have to adjust the sights a little bit. Is Tyler Chen now down in the count, 2 balls to no strike. As I mentioned, it's Riley Moses up. He grounded out in his last at bat. Cohen is on deck. He singled and stole in his last plate appearance. And it's Ethan Young due up for the Mountaineers.
In there for a strike.
That one in there. 2-1.
As I said, looking ahead, Livingston's got a tough schedule ahead. And that includes Saturday.
Chen deals. That one looks like it was in there. May have been a little bit inside maybe, but nonetheless 3-1 the count.
That's how you know your catcher's doing the job. It was a terrific frame, pulled it in from the corner.
That one popped up deep. Frayne going back, makes the, oh, he doesn't, he dropped it. Frayne had it in his glove, but it pops out. That's going to be an error on 9 in right field. A base hit, or excuse me, a hit and an error there for Riley Moses. So mark it down as an E9 in your scorebook.
That was a nice piece of contact. Opposite field there as well. Was unfortunate for the Lancer side of drop.
Without a doubt, it was a nice piece by Moses, but that's just a rookie mistake. First year at the varsity level for Frayne, and of course there's going to be a learning curve. I would imagine next ball is way to catch, Ryan. 1 on, no outs. Moses takes the lead. Bunt is down. Charging in is Chen. Goes to first with it. The catch is made by Hauser. Moses will advance to second on the sacrifice by Cohen.
That's baseball there by Blumkin at the helm. He's trying to work another run in here, up by a pair, maybe put a fourth one through. Yeah. The Lancers are down to their final 3 outs in the bottom half of the inning coming up.
Yeah, even
the top half of the next.
Even if you only put 1 across, the difference between a 2-run lead and a 3-1 lead is huge. Side has a word with his pitcher, and he'll go back, put his mask on. And imagine you're going to look for a hit and run at some point in this inning. Moses, who does have wheels underneath him. Caleb Gattens is up. He went down looking in his last at-bat, as there's the starter's pistol behind us. Chen deals. That one a low strike to move the count to 0-1.
Miles Side, just a terrific catcher for the Lancers. He knows how to stick a pitch, and he just did it right there.
Absolutely correct, Ryan, a former catcher yourself. Takes 1 to no one when it comes to a good blocker.
I have to say, when it comes between me and a pair, I never did.
Golf swing fouls that one off. Now Chen ahead in the count 0-2.
Of course, Miles now committed to play baseball in the NJAC next year for the Ramapo College of New Jersey.
Curious to see what Chen throws here. Up in the count 0-2 with 1 on and 1 out. For him to punch out would be huge. Sophomore checks, kicks, and deals. That one is fouled back onto the track, or just to the right of the track. Didn't quite make it onto the clay.
I think we can all agree, nobody getting back today would end as a win for everybody.
Yes, 100%. We had a couple close calls. Very busy meet today, as you mentioned. Freshman, sophomore, and novice. Count remains at 0-2.
Great pitch. Oh, just missed a little high.
Looked like it was in there. May have been a little bit high. It looked like it caught the letters from my vantage point. And the count moved to 1-2.
Yeah, hung just a little too long. We don't really have idea like the umpire does to see really when it drops in, but that was a terrific idea.
And what a job that would be, play-by-play and calling balls and strikes.
That's a dream.
Able to hold this, a very good pitch. Just barely able to check his swing was Gatton's. Count now even at 2.
And Alex, let's be honest, I think in the future the robots will do everything for us.
Yeah. Here's the pitch, that one high. Now he was down in the count 0-2, moves it to full. And this is a pretty huge pitch for the Lancers to keep themselves in this game, as a walk would put 2 base runners on with 1 out, whereas a strikeout is the second out of the inning, and it keeps first base open. The payoff pitch. In there, strike 3, and Gattens knew it.
Gattens pulled in tight there. Thought he could maybe sell that one as inside. Didn't get the call.
Now Young coming up for his 3rd plate appearance of the afternoon. He went down looking. Back in the 3rd inning, looking not to do that again, Ryan. 2 outs, Riley Moses on second base. Chen deals. That one cut on and missed by Young. Owen won the count. That one up high, even at 1. Bottom 6, the count 1-1, the score 3-1 in favor of the home team, West Orange Mountaineers. Sophomore Chen checks Moses at second base. That one's cut on and missed, and it's actually a pinch hitter. My apologies. It's Matt Orabona stepping in for Ethan Young, the junior.
Orabona sitting in the righty batter's box now.
The 1-2 from Chen. That one grounded off Chen's glove, charging at Maiello. The thrower is way high. That'll score a run and extend the Mountaineer lead. That's going to be a base hit and an error. Extend the lead to 4-1.
That's unfortunate. That one looks like it scraped the glove of Chen before Maiello was able to gobble it together and transfer the baseball. Just a rush situation.
So that'll be a run now for Riley Moses to extend the lead. And now the runner on first is Orabona with Stevens stepping in. Chen deals that one fouled back. Strike one. And that just makes this comeback that much harder for the Lancers. And that's the difference. If Chen makes that play, gets the out at first, Lancers are down 2 going into top of the final. Now they're still in this one, and they're down 3. Chen deals, holding the swing on the strike called with Stevens. So can't move, and if you're Chen, you got to capitalize on this opportunity. You had an 0-2 count, you ended up walking the batter. Now once again, count 0. If you're Tyler Chen, you got to punch out here. Runner goes, sides throw to second base, caught by Maiello, and the swim move by Orabona is able to keep himself safe. That was definitely a close play. The Lancer fans over here not thrilled with the call. Maiello kept the ball in his glove. Count now, 1-2.
Seemed like a pretty good throw to me.
Oh, it was a spot-on throw. And that one's in there for strike 3. He got Stevens looking, but not before a run crosses. We're going to the last inning. The Lancers need 3 to tie, 4 to take the lead. Stay tuned because we've got more baseball. You're tuned in to the D1 Media Pro page on FHS Network. Stay with us. Last chance Lancers here as we head to the top of the 7th. 4-1 your score here. Alex Weiss, Ryan Lowry here with the call. And it's going to be the top of the order.
That's exactly what you want to up, Alex. This is a strong one. Schultz, Levine, that's exactly what you want to start the inning off with.
Schultz, Levine, and Side to get this inning kicked off. As we mentioned, Lancers need 3 to tie, 4 to take the lead, and put some pressure on the Mountaineers, who have played a terrific game all around in this one. Looks like we have a pitching change here. For the Mountaineers, it's going to be Castles coming in to close this one out. Castles, who was playing shortstop, has now moved to the pitcher's mound. We'll take a look at who took the 6th position when we have the chance.
Castles is a terrific baseball player. He is not disappointed at all this year. He's veteran varsity pitcher. He's been terrific all around for this team. And now we're going to take a look at the stat line. He has 450 pitches, 25 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 35 hits. He's allowed 19 earned runs out of the 25 runs total. He's also walked 5, but he struck out a whopping 28. He's hit 2 batters. His ERA 5.18, but that just doesn't describe how much power he has with the right paw.
Yeah, so he's the guy you want if you're Coach Blumpkin and company to be on the bump here for the Mountaineers to close this one out. The visiting Lancers are down to their final 3 outs here, and they're going to need some sort of miracle to mount a comeback.
As we said, top of the order, due up. That's big for the Lancers. We'll see what they can get going here. You think Schultz should show bunt, try and cause some base running havoc, maybe disorient the Mountaineers a little bit?
Well, Schultz it's been working for him today. 2 walks and a strikeout, although the strikeout was in his most recent at-bat. So, I don't know. You got to play the game of averages. Odds are you walk, but you don't want to risk throwing up a batter and not swinging the bat in a game where you need runs. So, conservatively speaking, if I'm Coach Ennis. I'm telling him to swing the bat, go up there, get a base hit, just pass the baton. That's got to be the mentality for these Livingston Lancers, is just pass the baton, get the next guy up. That's all you can ask for.
Castles is a great pitcher. He has a high earned runs average at the moment. As we said, it's over 5. It's spiked over 5, but that nonetheless doesn't change the fact that historically as a pitcher for West Orange, he's been reliable.
His first pitch is in for a strike. The 0-1. Another strike looking for Schultz. And you got to imagine he's going to be throwing his bat out there just to try and put the ball in play. Some defensive hitting here for number 1. Schultz grounds this one right side. Moses takes this himself and will step on the bag for the first out of the inning. Second time in this contest that Riley Moses has been able to ground one and take it himself. Now Trent Levine, the big righty, committed to Cornell.
Not for athletics.
I was going to say for his academics. He's a wizard in the classroom too, ladies and gentlemen. Trent is up with one away in the top of the 7th. Swings and lines the first pitch out to left center. That'll fall for a base hit. He'll settle in with a single. And as I said, Ryan, you just got to keep the baton moving.
You know, as we were talking about earlier with his commit to Cornell for academics, he's quite the baseball player, and he was getting some looks at the lower levels. It's just unfortunate it didn't pan out for him at the high enough level he wanted. He said he was interested in playing baseball in college, but obviously you got to prefer academics when you're a man like Daniel Levine, who really is very, you know, how do I say this? Very intense on his athletics. Very intense on his academics. He wants to see himself succeed at the academic level as high as possible. He loves athletics, but he doesn't want to let that get in the way.
And Ryan, if he can go Ivy, you're going to go Ivy.
Absolutely.
That one fouled back towards the track. We hear the warning calls from the surrounding fans. And that foul ball puts the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out with 1 base runner on base number 1. A lot of ones, Ryan. Lancers have 1 run. They need 3 to force the bottom of the 7th. This one grounded to second. The flip is good, and the throw over. They got him. Double play to end the ball game, and the Mountaineers take this one by a final score of 4-1. A very exciting competition here, but West Orange takes on the rival Livingston Lancers. Big game today for West Orange to take down their rival. Home field advantage really worked to their favor here.
Good job, guys.
It was the Lancers' game to lose, and they fell short in this one. That's all we have for you today. For Ryan Lowy, I'm Alex Weiss signing off. See ya, everybody.
Have a great night.